Hello, so we are still continuing with our spreadsheets and particularly in Excel is what we are using, or rather what we are doing. Now, we want to first look at the issue of the name box. So this name box, we are saying that it's the one which is helping us to easily identify these given cells by their addresses. So we had something to do with the cells, then we had cell address. So the cell address is basically the name of this given cell. So the name of this cell right now, like for example, if the name of the highlighted cell at this moment is basically cell C15. So this helps us to avoid cases of trying to look at the column letter alongside the row number. So it's the easier part is try to look at here and then you will see the name of that given cell. Then another thing I want us to see is what we call a worksheet. Now this worksheet here, when you collect these several cells together, okay, these several cells, a collection of very many cells, they form what you call a worksheet. Now these worksheets are labeled at the bottom right here. So like here right now we have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. We can also add on another sheet as well, so depending on what we really want. So this, why do we use these sheets here? It's because we have different things for different purposes. For example, if you are running your business and you have incomes, you have expenses, you have possibly the profits and then the losses, we can separate all this into different sheets. So for example here, these sheets can be renamed. For example, this sheet 1, I can right click, okay? You right click on it and then you go to rename and we call it maybe these are my incomes. So these are my incomes. Then next one, I also right click, I go to new and I call them expenditure, okay? Call them expenditures. Then I go to another one, I maybe call it the profits, okay? We call them the profits. So these ones try to help us to easily categorize our work into different forms. Now, even for the teachers, to those who are dealing with learners, we can also record details, okay, in different sheets. If you are in the stores, you're managing a store, you can try to say maybe these are foods, okay. Maybe you can say these are foods. Maybe you say these are drinks. There were drinks available in the store. Okay, call them drinks and so on. So it's now up to us to categorize our work into different worksheets. So that's what we have. We call them the worksheets. Now these worksheets can also be removed. It's not that it's a final thing. We can also delete those given worksheets. So you right click and then we say delete. You right click on the sheet that you'd like to delete, then we say delete. You right click and then you say delete, and so on and on. So that is what we do have as the worksheet. Then the workbook, the workbook is now the entire the Excel work, okay, this whole entire Excel work, or we can say it is a collection of worksheets. So many of these different worksheets here, like this is my worksheet of my workbook of lesson 1. So like when I close it and I maybe save, this is when we get back to our folder where we are working from, this one here, we call it a workbook, okay. So in our workbook we have different worksheets, and in those different worksheets we have different cells, and these cells here are identified by cell addresses. Okay, so that's the bit of the introductory part we need to know about what we are going to deal with. These terms are so important because we try to talk so much, we keep on talking about them. Go to sell this, go to sheet this, open this workbook, and so on. So this is what we are basically going to